Mardie, thank you so much for having me here tonight, and it's so wonderful to see you again. We met each other just, about 15 months ago now, and so much has happened for you in that time, and I'd love you to talk us through what it's been like for you.
It's been an amazing 15 months or so since we last met. I did the Hollywood Immersive program. I'd honestly say my life has completely changed, and 2016 has been a fantastic year for me in that I started getting work. I have completed feature films, 4 feature films. I've had 3 short films, pilot series, a web series.
Amazing.
It feels amazing for me too. I can't, sometimes I have to pinch myself.
That's great. Wonderful. And tell us what it's like entering into this market later in life. I mean, it's incredibly courageous, and it's incredibly inspiring for a lot of people. So I'd really love to know how you felt when you first decided to do that, and how you're feeling now.
It's interesting because it was something that I always loved when I was younger. I was involved in acting, and I'd gone into a corporate career. But I told my husband one night over dinner, I only have one regret in life, and I always say I don't believe in regrets.
No regrets. No regrets.
But I had this regret that I said to my husband that I didn't pursue my acting career. And his words were, well, what's stopping you now? And I sort of sat back and took stock of my life. Nothing's stopping me. I'm not going to let my age stop me, and that was present in my mind. So I set about enrolling in acting school and went back to base 1 to get myself going.
Yeah, wonderful. And
I tried to think upmost in my mind, we have to have women representative screen of all ages, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Men and women, we don't want the cut-off date. There is no cut-off date.
We don't want cut-off dates, right?
Yeah, I don't want a cut-off date. And we need to have levels of people, people are living longer. So to my surprise, I started getting cast in diverse roles.
Okay. So did you actually think that there would be specific roles that, you would be getting? Like when you first entered, I guess you did think that.
I did. I thought initially perhaps I'll get the loving mother. I am a loving mother, so in reality, but I thought maybe just loving mother or corporate woman, and I have done those roles, or perhaps a glamorous role. And what I wanted as an actor was to get some real meaty, juicy roles, because I love acting, and I love immersing myself in a script, and I love putting on that cloak of acting.
Wonderful.
And I started getting offered diverse roles. I've had an amazing support behind me, I have to say, for any actors that are thinking of getting back into acting. That not just the hard work, but as I got cast, of course, networking happens. Someone sees a role, someone else has got behind me. And so without the people behind me, for example, my agent who took me on, Daniel Scharf from Profile Creative, I thought he might be interested in an older actress, but he was amazingly supportive, and he said they thought it could be inspiring for older women to see that actresses can come back.
Wonderful.
And I haven't found it to be a barrier, so I want to say to women, don't think, whatever, I don't care whether it's 40 or 45, pick a number, there's not a cut-off.
Yeah, wonderful, what a wonderful message. And in fact, you starting later in life has actually been such a positive thing, right?
It's honestly completely changed my life. And I said that the other night to my husband and to my sister and my children. I said, I don't think I thought my life would do a 360. I've made movies, I'm doing what I love. I have a whole new group of friends. Every day I look forward to getting up, and I really work hard at it all the time.
You do. You've got a very strict admin
I do.
Kind of daily routine, don't you?
Well, you can't expect your agent to just say, here's an audition, and you're going to land that. You have to work hard behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You've got various professional sites you're on, you have to be updating those, you have to be updating photos. I built my own website, so if any actors or actors out there, you can do that yourself. You can build your own website. It's inexpensive. It takes time. Mm-hmm. Everything good takes time to work at, but you can do that. And that's marketing, which is I know what Hollywood Immersive program talks about, that marketing yourself. Yeah,
well, you are the CEO of your own career, so that is something,
That's true, you are.
You are.
You're the master of your career. Yeah. And you can only be as good as what you're willing to put in.
That's right. I mean, you can, you must go always, with your agent's consent, above and beyond.
Yes.
what they are actually, you want to assist them as well as much as possible.
And I always say, if you and your agent are a team, so do any actors are thinking of coming back or feeling perhaps like, I can't do this, if you have an agent, then I believe in loyalty, and I know I've heard other producers talk about that. I am loyal. We are a team, my agent and myself, and I always think of it that way. I believe in loyalty to people. So
me too. It's very important.
It's important.
Loyalty, originality.
Yes,
and support.
Support.
All of those things are very, very important. Obviously, there's always sacrifices that you make when you throw yourself into this business, and you work really, really hard, and nothing really comes easy at all. And I'm sure, you deciding to do this later in life, I'm sure you probably had your doubts as well. Tell me about some of the sacrifices that perhaps you have made, or that have been,
it's funny. I've thought, what have I sacrificed? Well, when I had my corporate career, and I was doing well in business, and I got to travel, and I was on a much higher salary. So I can honestly say I've sacrificed money, but money is not everything. I needed to live. But if that's a sacrifice, then it's a sacrifice that's worth it, because I'm now doing something that I'm passionate about. And, and there's one thing about being older. When you're younger and you're trying to juggle perhaps waiting in restaurants and a day job and get to casting calls, once you're older and your children are grown, you can really devote yourself to totally immersing yourself in acting. So the sacrifices have been not hard for me. The hours I put in, and it comes from deep within. I don't mind putting in that sort of work.
It's just something you expect to do.
I expect to do that. I don't expect that I'm going to get results without working hard on the other end.
Sure.
And I can only say that to all actors and actresses. Don't expect it's just going to happen.
No, don't, but have a plan.
Have a bad plan.
Have a great plan.
And I always have a plan. I always think ahead of what I want to do. I plan what sort of roles I'd like. I'll email directors I want to work for.
Great.
No, I'm not stalking them.
No,
but I might.
There's a great way of doing it.
There's a way of doing it. And remarkably, they have replied, and I've had scripts sent to me, which I pass on to my agent. So you've got to just be a little bit out there and willing, because we're all there trying to get the work.
Yeah.
And I think women need to support each other.
They do. We all need to support each other, and we all need to back each other and collaborate with each other.
Absolutely.
And not copy each other, and not be, in competition with each other. I just think that, we have it hard enough.
Sure.
We need to stick together. It's very important.
And you get immense pleasure from helping someone else. So if I can help any other actors with advice, that gives me as much pleasure as their success. If I can ever have someone ring me and they ask me, well, what should I do? I'm happy to give that advice, because I love seeing other people succeed.
So what advice do you have for any actors that are a little bit later in life? What advice do you have for them to really sort of help propel them forward?
Firstly, I say don't give up. Pursue your dream. Don't think it's too late.
Yeah.
Don't be dictated by that number on your birth certificate. We need characters of all ages on screen. Don't be worried about you look a certain way, That doesn't matter. That can be changed. You can change. Be prepared to work hard.
Yes.
And stay positive, because acting is a business where you'll get rejection. You've got to learn to deal with rejection. So I have a rule that if I go for an audition, you're not going to get everything you go for. If it's a really large audition and perhaps I don't get it, I'm only allowed to feel sorry for myself for 24 hours.
That's a great
That's a 24-hour rule.
That's
the maximum. That's the maximum. That might be a large part. And then I just say, I wasn't meant to get that.
Great.
Someone else is meant to get
that. That's really good.
And I'll get the next one.
Great attitude.
And somehow the universe works, and you know what? You get the next one.
Wonderful. I love
the
that.
next one.
Let's talk about your vision for your future. You're doing so many great, amazing things right now, but what do you see yourself doing in the next couple of years? I know you've got certain markets.
I do have a plan. You knew I'd have a plan. I intend to, and I've spoken to my agent. I'd like to in 2010. I will in 2018 go to the US. I want to try and enter that market.
Wonderful.
So I'm now working to get my visa. I have enough work, and I've worked on getting roles. My IMDb site's getting larger and larger. And my aim is really to enter the States, work hard over there to find an agent. I'd like to either target some terrific series that I'm interested in, or films or directors that I'd like to work for. So I will go over with a plan, but I'm always open to surprises.
Yeah.
Because life is like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. But I definitely go over with a plan and who I want to contact with. I'll do that in conjunction with my agent.
Great. How fabulous, Mardie. I mean, what an inspiration.
Thank you,
You know,
Lilly.
you make me just want to keep doing amazing things, and I know that your story and your drive is just going to resonate with so many people, so many women and men.
I hope it does, because this isn't about me or that I've had some success. You know, I have to say that no one gets anywhere in life without the support. I've had amazing support from directors like David Raynor, who I'm about to do another film for. He's been behind me when he cast me in an earlier film. So you get support from people, assuming you can act, and you do that, then assuming that's there.
Yeah.
Then you find directors that like you or like to work with you. I've had Jennifer Van Gessel from Sydney, who's cast me in a film and about to put me in a pilot. Another director in Sydney, David Starn, who's put me in something, and he's behind me again. So you don't get anywhere on your own, do you?
And you're very likeable. People would, want to work with you, apart from being obviously incredibly talented. You're just very likeable. And that's a big thing in this business. Like, you know, people need to work with people that are obviously talented, but they like. So that's a great thing. Yeah.
You're a pretty lovely person yourself. It's a mutual admiration.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just try and I live my life just honestly. So it's, I feel privileged to be doing what I'm doing, and if I can give advice to other actors, if this video helps anyone think, well, I'm doubting, I'm hesitating, why would I go back? It's difficult. Don't give up. Just, you know, grab the brass ring. The old saying, grab the brass ring.
Yeah.
And don't let go.
Don't let go. Have a plan. Don't let go. Surround yourself with great people, and give it all you've got.
And you do have to give it all and work hard.
Give it all you've got, and have a hell of a good time doing it.
Yeah. And you'll have a hell of a good time because you're doing what you love.
Exactly.
So that's the message.
Fabulous. Thank you, Mardie.
Thank you, Lilly.
Amazing.
It's amazing to sit here with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.